Good morning, guys. Welcome. It's Monday morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. We certainly did. There was lots of things happening in our community here. So we were out at a fair and just enjoying some family time before our flight out to Canberra today to do a massive week over in New South Wales with Canberra, Sydney and Wollongong on the agenda. So good morning to you all. If you have just joined, give me a hello, give me a thumbs up, a love heart, whatever you like to do. And we're going to get started with today's live, which I compiled in the last 3 minutes just as I sat thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. So good morning, Marie-Louise. Great to see you. And Sally and Helen, I can see you there. Sue, Liz, great to see you guys. All right, so it is 9 o'clock. I won't share my call this morning on the other groups. I'll do it once we're after the fact of going live. But I thought I'd come on today and talk about the small 1%, 1%ers that we could be doing, we should be doing. Perhaps you're already doing some of them, and I'd love to get some more ideas. Now, what are these 1%ers? So the little things that you do in your business that if you didn't do them, oh, my computer's blipping. Let me turn that off because I've had to go live on the phone. My Chrome wasn't going live on the computer, so I'm on my actual mobile device. Good morning, Sue. Supergirl, yes. So the little 1%ers is not something that is absolutely crucial and essential. It won't break your business. However, you do them because you want to give amazing customer service. You want to make a difference. You want to help people. And they're not like, the most crucial things. But if doing some of these 1%ers, certainly I truly believe that does attract good vibes, builds good karma around what you're doing, and there can be many shapes and forms. And as I go through the call, let me know what your 1% things that you do in your business are. I've written down literally in the last 3 minutes, I've just brainstormed 10 things on my list here so I can talk to you about it this morning. Good morning, Adair. Great to see you as well. So as I said, these things are not essential, but if you do obviously do some of this kind of stuff and you think a little bit more outside the box and go that, as they say, extra mile and do that one extra thing that will impress your audience and people who are, getting support from you, your clients, even not your clients, okay? So let's start off at the top of the list, and I will talk a little bit more about what I do and how I see it and why I see that it is beneficial, even though for none of these things do I get paid for or often don't even get recognized for those things. So they're tiny little intricate details that happen behind the scenes that most people don't even see, and of course we don't get paid for them. Everything. I hate doing lives with my phone when it's Monday morning because all these things keep popping up on the screen. All right, so that brings me to point number one. What's one little 1%er that I do that I don't really have to do, but I do it because I want to help people, is exactly what we're doing right now. My Monday morning 9 a.m. Melbourne time live, where I jump on. I spend about 30 to 40 minutes on live with you guys each and every single Monday, 90% of the time, aside from the times we are on the road traveling or on holidays. And I've consistently been doing that for 4 years. No one pays me for this. It's not for my my paying clients. Certainly watch my lives and learn from me through this live. But it's really about me connecting with my community, with my friends, with people who follow me and all that kind of stuff. And I just jump on these. Does anything eventuate out of these lives? I don't know. Maybe yes. Sometimes people have come to events because they've watched me on live. Maybe they've followed me. You never know. Sometimes it's, very hard to track. Like with paid advertising, you'll put X amount, you'll work out what your click-through rates are, you'll see a certain amount of people in your events, you do a certain conversion. But when it is something more organic, like what we're doing right now, yes, it could be a good, good for me, or maybe I could be wasting my time. But I can tell you what, even if nothing eventuated, what I have got is a library of 4 years worth of these Monday morning lives that we have been compiling and uploading in a playlist of my YouTube channel. And I have got wonderful content that if anyone gets stuck in a particular area that I've done a live around on one particular Monday in the past, I can always pull that one out and pass it on to that person and say, hey, watch this, maybe this will give you some insider sort of tips. Some of those people ask me about taking their businesses international, about, how do I keep my inbox at 0 every day? And I've done lives about this on Mondays, just like this. And I always go, okay, here you go. Rather than me repeating myself for half an hour, here's something you can watch, and if you have any questions, come back to me. So really, this little 1%, I cannot measure it too well in terms of what is the ROI, in terms of my time spent every single Monday morning. Neither does anyone pay me to do this. However, it adds a ton of value to my paying clients, to my community, to my YouTube channel, which has got all the videos public, and of course I'm keep building my wealth of intellectual property that I can pass on to others. So that's one little 1% that I have been consistent with for over the last 4 years, that I strongly recommend that you find some kind of an activity that you could be doing, to add value to other people. You don't necessarily have to get paid for it, but think about it bigger, outside of the box, in terms of how and what else could be a benefit of me doing this little 1%er for my business. Is it going to be a regular video you're going to release, or are you going to go live like me every single week on a particular time for a particular length of time? Hey sis, great to see you on the call. All right, so that leads me to the second one, which I already dropped a hint on just before when I spoke about keeping your inbox at 0, and that is keeping my inbox at 0. And when I talk about inbox, not just my email inbox, my messenger inbox, my text messages, my phone calls, all that kind of stuff, always get returned. Now, is that going to affect anyone else aside from myself? If I didn't, of course, you'll give poor customer service if you weren't responding to your messages on time and regularly, and clearing up your inbox so that you feel like you have the space to do more stuff and to breathe, create and expand and grow bigger. Many people I know live their life with 50,000 emails in their inbox, their messenger flooded with messages unanswered and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes that can go undetected, but I believe making it a priority enables me to give better customer service, but also people know and guarantee when they deal with me that they are going to get responded to promptly, on time, and I will do my best to help them. I know that I'm in control of that, so therefore I control that 1%er, and it's a wonderful feeling to be able to arrive at the hot air balloon on Outlook that says your what is it? How does it say? Your inbox is empty. Enjoy your free inbox. You're done for the day. That's right. You're done for the day. Enjoy your free inbox, your empty inbox. And so that's one little thing that, I know is a big problem for a lot of people. And as I said, if you didn't watch the How to Achieve Inbox Zero live, which I ran probably about 3 or 4 months ago, let me know, comment below. I'll look up and find the link where it is uploaded on YouTube, or simply go to YouTube and put in Inbox Zero Natasa Denman, and it should come up for you in terms of those little things. All right, what's another little 1%er that I do that I don't have to do, but I believe it builds goodwill, it brings good karma, and I don't get paid for it. So one little thing that I love doing after my events is, as you guys would know, those of you that are watching, I love taking my yay photo, right? In the next few days, you're going to see 3 yay photos, one each from Canberra, Wollongong and Sydney. And what we do after every event that we host, group launches, masterclasses, half-day events, retreats, we take obviously the yay photo, but the whole purpose of that yay photo is so that I can get my assistant to plug in that yay photo into a beautiful little postcard that we will send to every single participant that has been at that event, as a little memento piece for them. A lot of the people that I meet, I have never met before. So some of them walk in and walk out of my room and nothing eventuates, and that's cool. That's just part of what business is. And if there's a match, there's a match. If there's not, we keep going. And so I have been doing this consistently for 7 years. I think I joined Send Out Cards 7 years ago through a fellow networking buddy of mine. And I have been investing. Of course, it costs money to send a postcard to 35 people. I do around 100 events a year. Not self-hosted 100, but let's say about self-hosted 50 to 60 events. And from that, I send every single person a postcard as a thank you for being at that event with our little beautiful memento. I know some of my people who come to a lot of my events have a whole collection. And morning, Christian, they have a whole collection, and they say they keep them and they wait for them and when they come. And yes, it builds goodwill with my current clients, but also people who have met me for the first time. They get it and then they post it on social media and they say thank you, this was a really nice touch, because no one gets anything in the snail mail nowadays. When they get that little visual as well, especially that there's a photo of themselves in it, they're less likely to throw it out, and I remain in some way top of mind. And perhaps if they enjoy the time with me, maybe they will refer some people to my future events. You never know. But often I will get emails and messages or the posts on social media being tagged saying, oh my God, this is such a nice touch. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I had such a wonderful time at your workshop and all that kind of stuff. Oh, no wonder you're successful. Like, they're the comments that get told. Now, do I have to do this? No, I don't think I have to. I already know other people have amazing time at the events and all that sort of stuff. I don't need to spend the extra whatever, a couple of $100 it costs, but I do it. It's just part of my system. It's my little 1%er that I believe builds great relationships, and therefore, I don't foresee not doing it in the future. It's just something that is part of my way of doing things. And of late, a couple of years ago, we started, people who are crewing at our events, we started to send our crew thank you postcards as well with photos of the crew. You have received my card. Yeah, thank you, Andrula. So lots of people would have received it. Sometimes these cards can get lost in the mail, unfortunately, but I would say 98% of the time they do arrive. So that's a one little 1%er that does, I believe, make a difference, that builds goodwill and good karma around what I do. And but I don't have to do it, neither do I get paid to do it. All right, the next one is catch-ups socially. Okay, so what I mean by that, whenever I travel interstate, yes, I'm going there for business, and I am there to do a job and come back home, right? However, I do my very best to make the most out of my trips. So I love catching up for dinner with my authors when I go to their cities. We did a Perth dinner a couple of weeks ago. We did an Adelaide dinner. Then obviously I had the crew come along and help me out at the half days. We're going to Canberra today, and we're going to be having dinner with one of our crew people up there tonight. And I always look for ways, how can I make the most out of my time, even though perhaps I should be resting in the evenings before my half day events and all that sort of stuff. But I make that extra time. Why? Why should we catch up socially with our clients and continue networking and building the relationship? Because the stronger the relationship, the more people are willing to help you. And yes, you don't get paid for that. Neither do they. It's just a good goodwill kind of thing that I enjoy doing. And I put the energy to make the most out of it, because I'm a big believer of having. You don't necessarily have to have the quantity of people who know of you, but you have the quality and the depth of relationship. you will absolutely, that will be the little 1%er that's going to always sometimes even make you more successful than the people who have the quantity of numbers. So just, I guess, weigh up what's more important to you. For me, it's always been about quality and closeness, and that's why we go to retreats, that's why we run events, because we want to face-to-face see people, and that face-to-face connection in social gatherings is so important. So yeah, Gabriella, the network is, that old saying, your network is your net worth. It is 1,000,000% correct, and I see it playing out in my life time and time again. I needed some help on something last week, and literally I had 3 people I called upon, and they got on the phone with me. They gave me high quality information. I spoke to them at depth. Obviously it was just because we are connected. If I didn't have connections to answer those questions for me, then I would have had to pay for those services. So we help each other out, and it all evens out in the end. And that's how we continue to rise each other up. All right, cool. So catch up socially. So again, a little 1%er. Don't have to do it. You didn't get paid for it. However, it builds amazing goodwill and karma around what you do. And also, it feels really nice. You're able to approach people and talk to them and ask for help, and they can ask you, and it doesn't feel odd. All right, so the next one is, I know you guys are probably all doing this a lot of, but I have seen a lot of business owners after a little while, once they have got their systems and structure set up, and they're running a pretty good operation in their business, they stop learning. Okay, so they actually kind of think, oh, this is going to sustain me forever. Now it's all set up, and the one thing that I've always made time for, I'm not always inspired to continue upskilling, but definitely once to twice a year, I will invest and learn a new skill or a new way of doing things that I can then, of course, add as value add. So your revenue and your income in your business is in direct correlation to the amount of value, and the bigger the problem you can solve for someone, the more you will obviously you can be reimbursed for solving that problem. So the bigger the problem, the more wealth and revenue you can build in the business. So think about how bigger problems are you solving for people. Which brings me, continue to upskill. So how do you build more value into your business? Continue to upskill. No one pays you for that. You actually have to pay for it yourself, right? And pay for it yourself. Don't try to avoid ways of, I can learn this for free here, I can do this. Go and have skin in the game, because having skin in the game makes you take action, makes you value what you have invested in, and follow through so you can get a return on investment. So by upskilling, you're going to bring in more value, you're going to solve bigger problems. Therefore, that will eventually, of course, then come back to you in the form of revenue or income through your business. So continue to upskilling. Yes, you may have established a great system and it's running really, really well, but you need to keep climbing, because as we know, society, human life is all about evolution. I mean, look how far we have come from 100 years ago, or even just from 5 years ago, of things that were available back then that are available right now. And why does this happen? Because someone is continuously upskilling and learning how to do this better. This is what used to work. Now this is what doesn't work, and this is how we can do it even better. And that's something that I continue to think and ponder on and work out. Is there smarter ways of doing this? Can I save more time by doing that? Can I save even money and make my business operate even leaner while still delivering even more value and then some? So that's really, really important. I know you have to take breaks if you are obviously going to be sustainable in business. You can't continuously upskill and learn. That's just kind of being the never-ending student, and you don't end up putting into anything to action. But upskill and then really master that. Then go back, once to twice a year. In the earlier days, in the first 1 to 3 years, you might be upskilling a lot and learning a lot and figuring things out to get your business off the ground. But as you establish yourself a lot more, people people can seem to find a comfort zone and then sort of kind of stay there. So push yourself out and look for a new challenge where you can improve. All right, let's see what's next on the list. Help even if you don't get paid for it. So I often get asked for help. I'll get a message on Messenger. People might call me up, ask me a question and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. I'm not saying here give away your time for free willy-nilly, all within reason. However, don't be sort of like, oh, I can't help you with that, just holding everything back. Often it's been said, by giving away your best stuff, people will wonder, like, what the hell am I going to get when I do actually work with this particular individual? So always look to help, because if you help and it doesn't come back from the same direction, the giver's gain philosophy says that it will come from somewhere else. Shut up. Everything's beeping at me today. That computer, this computer. All right, so look to help in any way that you can to those that ask of it within reason, and of course, absolutely set your boundaries as to how much, because of course you can overdo it, and I know this is not very hard for many people to just help just because. However, it is a great 1%er that you could be doing, and exactly what I said, goodwill and karma builds around what you do, and you receive it from a different direction. Okay, next one is regular bookkeeping, right? So, this is, of course, a necessary and essential part of what you do, but I find it very rare that there's many people who do this regularly, and they've got the finger on their pulse, and that they are, tweaking and adjusting as they go along, understanding their numbers. One thing that I've put into the planners that I design is that on the 3rd of every month, there's a little reminder, time to do the bookkeeping, right? So again, you don't get paid for this. It does cost you money if you want to outsource it and all that kind of stuff. However, if you don't do it regularly, how do you know how well you're doing? How do you know that you're not spending too much money, maybe reinvesting in the business? Maybe you need to, be a little bit more conservative at some times of the year. Throughout being in business for 8.5 years now, sometimes your cash flow is really good, and other times there's a stack of bills that come in. So do you know what those times of the year are for you, and how do you manage that? So regular bookkeeping is something you should be doing, and that was my little 1%er when I started out. I literally had a spreadsheet, and every week that spreadsheet was very empty in the income columns and very full in the expenses columns, because I was investing and building up lots of systems, infrastructure, obviously buying things to set things up, understand, learning and all that sort of stuff, getting mentored. But my bookkeeping always got done. Even as I said, it used to be on spreadsheets for the first 12 months. And there was absolutely nothing. But by having the regular routine every Sunday to sit down and document what was in the income section and what was in the expenses and what was my balance for that week, I got really, really good at doing that little 1%er. Again, some of these 1%ers are for you to feel amazing about who you are, what you do, how you do it, when you do it, and not letting things build up, because no one else is going to see it. How am I going to know if you're not doing your regular booking? How would I know how many emails or messages you have in your inbox? I don't know. Like, that's not going to affect how I think of you, but it's more than how do you turn up in life, right? How do you turn up in life, and what's all of those things in the background doing and representing you in front of people? Because on some level, people can tell if someone has got shit sorted out, or there is a lot of mess. There's little clues that happen here now and again. Thanks, Helen. All right, so next one is, this one kind of tied in. I had the inbox 0 separately, and then I had return all phone calls and messages. Many people nowadays do not do this. I understand if you don't return a message or a phone call, from a promotional company, or someone who's rung you who's a completely cold call. Like, I'm not talking about those. But if people who you know, especially your clients, return their messages, especially if it's a weekday, you do it on the same day, or say I'm in an event or something, can I call you tomorrow? Return that messages and keep that under, as inbox zero, especially, or if you're working with a supplier or you're working with someone, you're their client, right? If they call you and they need something from you, return their call and message, so that you can keep moving the process forward. I have seen so many people leave stuff in their inbox, and then they delay designs and delay, continue, especially in my book processes with my clients. I see them lag at stages because they're not returning the emails or the comments. Like last night I was working with an editor, and we're back and forth, it was Sunday night, but she's like on the ball really, really quick. And I was like, yep, here, approve this, approve that, bang, boom. It was done in 45 minutes, what I needed to do. So returning messages, it's a must. And that's a little 1%, and not many people do, Mary. It's amazing to see that people who ignore phone calls or messages, and I'm not talking about any cold calls, I'm talking about warm relationships between myself and clients, or myself and suppliers, how that it's like, well, because I know I'm going to be balls always in my court, and I'm always going to return the message. That's how I always operate, and that's a little 1% that makes the biggest difference. All right, so the next couple is the last couple, as we go through, is look for better ways to set up systems. Okay, so so you may have set up your system. Hey, Mikola, nice to see you. So you may have looked for one way to set up your system in your business, but then you need to rework these as time progresses, right? Again, no one will know if you did it or you didn't do it, right? It's a little 1%er, and your old system from 5 years ago could still be there. However, wouldn't it be so much easier to actually, develop something that's going to be a lot more streamlined? It's going to save you more time. It's going to bring more value to your clients. So these are little 1%ers that no one sees, no one looks at, no one actually thinks about or judges you upon, right? Because they don't know what's going on in the background for you, right? There's certain things that we've discussed that can be visible to other people, and most of these things can be the little things that you do behind the scenes. And my number 10, little 1%er, to building amazing relationship, good karma, goodwill in your business, is to show that you are having fun with what you're doing. Everyone shows that they're having fun in a different way, right? We're not all the same personality or energy level, all that sort of stuff. But absolutely that you are loving what you do. When people see that you love what you do, they say, I want to have what you're having. Come and help me solve this problem, right? So it is so important. It is that passion and that love for what you do that will continue forcing you almost to create the new systems, to upskill, to think of better ways to bring customer service, to do your numbers and to celebrate as you go along, and to keep thinking of those extra things that you add in. Building a business is not, and success is not about luck. It's actually about following a sequence of steps consistently and regularly. Some will get there sooner, some will get there later. However, it is the most consistent ones, and it all depends on resources, time, knowledge, all that kind of stuff. But it's not about luck. It's basically steps. The only thing why people don't do the steps is because they haven't worked on their mindset first of all, and they haven't gone past any limitations, any self-doubt, fear, and holding themselves back from allowing any whatever form of abundance they need, they would love in their lives. So guys, I trust that these little 1%ers gave you a little, so you don't have to do my 1%ers. I just shared my 10 1%ers that I do for myself in my business. I'd love to know when you, let me see, totally running, that was Mary. I'd love to hear if you've watched this live all through or you're watching the recording. What are some of the little things that you do? Come on, give me some more ideas. I'd love to do more little things in the background that are little 1%ers that will continue improving. I mean, that's why I continue reading books. Where's the gold nugget? I always go, where's that gold nugget that I can pull out and implement into what I'm doing? And always never waste your time sitting through an educational call like what this is and not taking at least one point of action beyond it. So guys, that's me for this Monday morning, 10th of September. It is almost 9:30. I am going to go. I have my couple of US clients to talk to next, then finish packing and then jump on a plane to Canberra as we have a massively packed out rooms in Canberra, Wollongong and Sydney this week. So I'm sure I'll be checking in from where we're at. Thank you, Kim. Yes, I will see you tomorrow, nice and early at 8 a.m. Kim's crewing for me in Canberra, and I can't wait to connect. It's we're entering a very intense 3 weeks, which is our second national tour, continuing on and then finishing up on some holidays. So have a wonderful week, guys. I will be back next week from this seat, and then I won't be in Melbourne for a whole month, but I will be live from a different places, but it'll be same. Next week we'll be getting ready to fly out to Brisbane. All right, have a wonderful week and smash it out.